跟和国，中央人民政府今天成立了。
但是你们能不能？
刚才也问我，我可以回半点去，无可奉告。我也不高兴。
哎，什么叫中国共产党啊？党叫干啥就干啥。
黑夜即将到，一定要做好准备。
是。
干死共产党！不干死共产党，绝不罢休！
消灭中共是正义的需要。
尊敬的战友们好，这是纽约时间，这个平安夜的今天，前几个小时，文贵荣幸的在纽约，在我的家里面向所有的战友们及家人们祝福圣诞节快乐。在此时此刻，文贵非常的感谢所有的战友们及家人们对文贵的过去1年多的爆料的支持，为了追求文贵的和战友们一起的喜马拉雅的目标，我们做出的努力和奉献。2019年对我们实现中国的喜马拉雅、宗教的自由信仰的自由、法治的中国、民主的中国，将是关键的1年。在此呢，我衷心的祝愿所有的战友们及家人们平安快乐的同时呢，希望我们大家呢共同一起努力，在不影响你们生活和健康安全和财富的情况下，我们再一次的在2019年共同创造新的历史，更加的接近我们的喜马拉雅目标，让在2020年，让中国再没有对人、对我们自己和自己的家人有安全上的威胁，和对宗教信仰自由上的威胁和恐吓。我们要拿掉我们身上本来不属于我们的恐惧，让我们和家人们享受着财富、快乐、健康和安全，让我们通过我们自己的宗教和相信的信仰，让我们过得更幸福、更快乐。亲爱的战友们，一切都是刚刚开始，谢谢。
Good morning, everyone. First of all, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So we're gonna approaching the holiday seasons. Hopefully, you still have time to watch our program and to follow the news. And but before the program starts, we wish everyone, our audiences, our friends, and Miles Guo and all the NFSC followers, so a very happy and healthy Christmas and New Year. So again, But still, we have to spread the news about the CCP, to me, at least to me, to a lot of our fellow fighters. And this is the #1 priority. We have to take down the CCP. Although we can still have a holiday today, if we don't take them down, there could be no more Christmas in next year, the following years, or etc. So we got to still focus on the CCP. And today we're going to still have Chris and Mr. True. Thank you very much for joining us. It's great to see you during the holiday season. Hi, Chris.
Oh, hi everyone. Merry Christmas, and I'm happy to be on the show again today. Thank you.
Hello,
Mr. True.
Merry Christmas, Zay and Chris, and Flower. It's another Christmas again, and I think the CCP is almost finished. So let's see how long they're gonna last. My thought is that they won't really last for very long, for the maybe next couple of months. Let's hope this is the case. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. So let's get started now. Today we're going to discuss about the CCP threat and why it's having a big influence in the West. You know, we can see right now the mainstream media and a lot of the famous celebrities, politicians, they still don't cover the CCP threat. And Miles Guo has already known about that because you know it is his mission to bring the news to the West. But why this news is still suppressed? Why Miles Guo is still suppressed? And we're gonna watch his video, recorded, of course, broadcasted a few years ago, and it still give us a very valuable insight. Let's check it out, and we'll be right back.
All of the CCP's doings were propped up by those greedy, traitorous Americans within the United States. The CCP is merely a paper tiger. If those Americans dare to stand up and say no, the CCP will vanish into thin air. The CCP is more fragile than a piece of paper. There's no need for a lighter to destroy. I mean it. A little flame from a match can burn down the CCP. What are Americans doing to the CCP? It is the American traitors' greed that has given the CCP, this paper tiger, a boost. It allows the CCP to intimidate Taiwan, abuse Hong Kongers, destroy Tibet, enslave 1.4 billion Chinese people, and threaten people all over the world. For the past few days, from the election to now, the entire Politburo, the entire military, and the entire Zongnanhai of the CCP have done nothing but focus on America's presidential election. They don't have time to prepare paper documents, but only communicate verbally. Why? They're just waiting for the success of their BGY and 3F tactics in America. They've succeeded in the 3F plot to fail, frail, and fall Americans, as well as the BGY tactics using blackmail, bribery, and honey traps. Now Biden was elected. He wouldn't dare to say anything against the CCP. He wouldn't dare do anything too harmful. He couldn't possibly do anything anyway. But if you ask him to say, taking down the CCP, that's impossible. But this is God helping the new federal state of China. If the CCP doesn't fully implement the BGY tactic and the 3F plot in the United States this time, the new federal state of China will be in grave danger. If Americans don't see and understand that the BGY tactic and the 3F plot are fully implemented by the CCP in the US, we won't be able to destroy the CCP by Americans in a short time. If the November 3rd election hadn't happened, if there had not been a pause in the US election, and if these events hadn't occurred, the absurd and ridiculous presidential election result wouldn't have occurred. Problems in the American electoral system, the American legal system, America's faith in God, and the true power behind the American media wouldn't have been exposed. The extent of the CCP's infiltration of the American judicial system and various other systems is beyond your imagination. And it's incredibly cheap, not that expensive at all. A member of the CCP's standing committee once told me that the entire US intelligence apparatus and the most critical departments have been taken over by the CCP. He also advised me not to blindly trust the US and to watch out for my safety. Americans are cheap and are selling America to the CCP. America's disaster has not even begun. This time, America will be either reborn or completely destroyed. In the American financial system, social media, modern virtual systems, including the current deep web, the nearly 10 million Chinese Americans in the United States, the Asian community, the relationship between the Democratic and Republican parties, and things that happen on Capitol Hill, the value and social status of Chinese people directly impact the future security of humanity.
And as Miles Guo has reviewed, you know, the threat comes from internal. You know, there are a lot of colluders or traitors in the United States, and a lot of you probably are familiar with the politicians and a lot of people and a lot of elites, especially Wall Street entrepreneurs and this financial elites, they have a lot of interest in communist China. That's the partially the major reason that they haven't made decisions to take down the CCP yet, because that CCP represents their interest, not other people. But we are on the other opposite side. However, as we know the urgency of taking down the CCP, I think there are a lot of things we can share and discuss today. So first, again, let's ask Chris. So could you share your thought and a little bit background on this video, please?
Okay, thank you. We live in a unipolar world led by the United States of America. However, the American traitors within the United States believe that the CCP is a giant beast that can be controlled. It's not just the American traitors from the United States. There are also countries around the world that have been infiltrated by the CCP, and traitors in various countries who cooperate with the CCP. They have worked with the CCP up until today. Even now, there are still countries continue to work with the CCP. If the people of countries around the world can take a firm stance and express support for dismantling the CCP, take down the CCP would not be able to continue surviving this long. Like the CCP should have been collapsed as early as June 4th, 1989. The protest activities in front of Tiananmen Square that year were an opportunity for the Chinese people to move toward rule of law and democracy. But why were the peacefully protesting Chinese people got massacred? Because of the indulgence and tacit approval of the then U.S. President George H.W. Bush. So the CCP dared to pull the plug and cut off the TV signals, suppressing and massacring the Chinese people. If there had been no collusion with the CCP that year, and the U.S. president at that time had taken actions to deter the CCP would not have dared to massacre the peacefully protesting Chinese people in front of Tiananmen Square. Next comes after the Tiananmen Square is the CCP fundamentally failed to fulfill its promised reform. The then U.S. President Clinton even escalate the collusion by introducing the CCP to join the WTO. This move was not only the key to the CCP's survival, but also a blood transfusion to the CCP, nurturing CCP into the giant beast it is today. After the CCP grew stronger, it continued to enslave the Chinese people, and then shared the fruits of enslaving the Chinese people with the American traitors, forming a two-way cooperation between the CCP and American traitors. Countries around the world opened the doors wide to the CCP, allowing the CCP to madly infiltrate the entire world. The 3F plan and the BGY plan are not only applied to the United States, but also be used on countries around the world. Then comes George W. Bush and Obama. During their 16 years in power, the United States experienced comprehensive infiltrations in the military, economy, technology, media, market, and various government departments. For example, FBI, CIA, DOJ, DOD, FDA, CDC, etc., with continuous weakening and endless internal strife. 9/11, Iraq War, Obamacare, DEI, Benghazi, endless wars, endless and needless sacrifices. The worst is Biden, a president who only got into office by stealing the election, a complete puppet. Autopan, open borders, allowing illegal immigrants to ravage the United States, among whom are also mixed members of the PLA. But fortunately, President Trump was re-elected in 2024. Plus Japan's Prime Minister Sanae Takahashi-san. The combination that the CCP fears the most right now, that is the unity of the first, second, and third island chains, and the whole world following the footsteps of the U.S.-Japan alliance, united in taking a stance. This will also influence the Chinese people inside the war, as well as the take down CCP factions within the CCP party. When countries around the world all express support for take down the CCP, the Chinese people inside the wall will also support take down the CCP. Officials and military officers within the CCP will also support take down the CCP. At that time, the CCP will have no possibility of existence. That is the time when the CCP paper tiger is taken down. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chris, for laying down this foundation information. I think when the people in the communist China, hopefully they will know about the threat of the CCP, and sorry, not people in the United States know the threat of the CCP. They're gonna fight really back, and all these relationship with the communist China will be changed soon. And let's go to Mr. Truce for your comments, please.
Absolutely, I agree with Chris. The history and development of how I think now the back up to the Prime Minister Japan and the United Front with the United States, including you can see the Thailand and the Philippine Island, and also Vietnam as well as Australia and also the UK military as well. So we are now seeing a changing of the balance, where at the past the CCP just since the 1989 Tiananmen massacre, the CCP just continue to develop themselves financially, economically, and also military, to the point where they continuously, during COVID-19 and infiltrate the whole United States with the drug cartel, and the money laundering, and also continually apply the BGY techniques to actually apply the honey traps and money in a massive scale into the United States, according to Moscow, into the judicial system, as well as the government, and the various aspects. So with Biden administration together, I think with the American traitors sellouts, so it become like United States was always the hegemony and giant in the world. But now I think we can see that the CCP have really made so much, messes and troubles to the edge. So United States is on the crossroad, but not only United States, but I think so is the whole world. So I think throughout over the last 9 years, Moscow's whistleblowers movements with the new federal state of China, we have continuously waking up the world with the truth, with what kind of CCP's regime is. It's gangsters and drug cartel gangster organization that it will have no bottom lines or no ceilings in terms of taking down the United States, taking down, kill the white and kill the Western civilization, and also believing in God. So all that come to now with every news we see in Twitter, in Getter, and in various other newses. But not to mention the new main news that which we know that has been infiltrated by the CCP, and so I think the balance, the crossroad is here. It requires, I think, we continue to spread the truth about the CCP and what kind of damage they have done in the United States. We have to, I think, really get rid of the paper tiger. Okay, why is paper tiger? Because they already lost all the foundation of 1.4 billion Chinese people who they live in. Most of them will be living in poverty line now. Hard to find a job. Youth unemployment is so high, which about 30%. And the financial system, and it's out. But although that we have seen that the CCP's China have made 1.2 trillion US dollars on the export surplus, overtaking any countries in the world. But that money doesn't really belong to the Chinese people. They always keep in the few families of the CCP. So making that the domestic economy, the supply and demand chain, is heavily tilted benefit to the CCP only. Okay, the family, but the people are continually lost the bank deposit, and the retirement fund is not paid into ordinary people. Even teachers have not get paid wages for many months. And then I saw that even the policemen now not get paid any extra time. So as the judges, you can see, not get paid for the extra times they work in, and not to mention university teacher, lecturers, professors. So it is to the urge of corruption in the domestic economy. I think people now standing up to the CCP. There's so many protests, explosions we see, everywhere with the CCPs, especially, organ harvesting businesses. Now people can really see, they are just a bunch of murders organization. And so if they can treat the people like that, I don't think the Westerners, especially Europeans and Americans, you should never expect the CCP will treat you any better. Once they gain the control, then you'll be one of the enslaved nations. So this is a situation. So once we understand the evil of the CCP, then why should not we unite together, okay, to against the CCP and to help yourself to take down the CCP so your country can be safe again. Okay, so you can live in a normal life again without that, without all the bad things happen to Chinese our brothers, sisters. But I think that's already, that should be consensus, that we should be all awakened. And let's take down the CCP ASAP before they do further damages. Thank you. Thank you, T. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. True, and also Chris. This is very critical call. Thank you for doing that. This is very urgent. You know, the world is in a big turmoil right now. We have already been attacked by or exploited by the CCP financially and for a long time. And even a few years ago, they released a bioweapon, the so-called CCP virus, the COVID virus, and it killed millions of people. However, it is new not hold accountable, and that's because a lot of health ministries and a lot of health people and the doctors have been bought by the CCP. They're influenced by the communism's ideology. They want to stay, you know, forever, but we cannot do that anymore. I think the 2025 is ending. Hopefully, we're going to have a very bright 2026. That's the year of taking down the CCP. We need to see some real actions from the government and a lot of the decouplings economically from financially from the Chinese Communist Party. No longer financially support them, decouple them, hold them accountable for the CCP virus, etc., and also genocide. And then hopefully we'll have a very peace very soon. Okay, I think it's about time, and we will have a few more minutes. Maybe we can conclude and also say some congratulations and greetings and holiday greetings maybe to the audiences, and we can wrap up. Would you like to start, Chris?
Okay, sure. So first is the U.S.-Japan alliance, and then spreading to South America. Recently, we see like Argentina, Chile, and Honduras, and also Europe's Poland, Czech Republic, Italy, cooperating, and also the cooperation between the 5 Central Asian countries and Japan. So one country after another turning, and there will be more and more countries taking a stance to take down the CCP. And we also see that in Europe, in those pro-CCP prime ministers and presidents like England, France, and Germany, they all have a very low approving rate. So the world is turning. So I think like 2026, we can see a leap forward of taking down the CCP. And I wish everyone a good year and Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Yes, sure. Merry Christmas to our Western allies and friends, and to our brothers and sisters. But I think the CCP always say that over the last like 5 years, they say, no, we're not going to have a Christmas because it's a foreign holiday ceremony, and Chinese people shouldn't do that. So they actually openly banned the Christmas, usually in the big shopping centers and 5-star hotels and the shopping malls throughout China. But for the last 5-6 years, we don't have that. They openly banned the days. But, you know, Wang Qishan, Xi Jinping, the family, I'm sure they celebrate Christmases. You know why? The Santa Claus will come with a gift. They don't want the Chinese people to receive a free gift and presents from the Santa Claus, from God. But they only want their own families to receive it. This is how actually, how much they have planted the weird ideology in the Chinese people. You don't have, you celebrate holidays, which is a Western holiday. So yet, I mean, they have sent all the money to the West, and they have the 13579 plan, which is let all the illegitimate children to holding wealth overseas under their names or different names, trying to hide all the wealth, the trillions of US dollars that the Chinese people, they were very working hard, Chinese people have worked for over the last 40, 50 years. This should be changed. So therefore, we should take down the CCP. So next year, our brothers, sisters can have a normal holiday. We love Santa Claus and we love celebrating. So we should kick out the CCP and taking down the whole evil system, not only in China, but for the rest of the world. So let's take down the CCP, and Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you so much, both of you, Mr. True and Chris, for spending this holiday seasons with us. And yeah, there's not too many to say now, and we need to take actions. We all hopefully know the threat of the CCP is now inside of the United States. There's no longer like across the Pacific Ocean in the East Asia area, thousands of miles away from the US. No, it's actually on the US soil. We got to take this seriously. We got to find out who is betraying the democracy spirit of the United States, and we need to cut that line, and then CCP will die eventually. So let's work on that together, and wish everyone, most importantly, have a healthy winter break. And there are a lot of viruses and things. Stay healthy is the number one, and then we have more energies to come back next year and fight together to take down the CCP. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in 2026. Bye.
Thank you.
See you.
Hey, Real America's Voice family.
Are you on Getter yet? No?
What are you waiting for?
It's free.
It's uncensored.
And it's where all the biggest voices in conservative media are speaking out.
Download the Getter app right now. It's totally free. It's where I put up exclusively all of my content 24 hours a day. You want to know what Steve Bannon's thinking? Go to Getter.
That's right. You can follow all of your favorites. Steve Bannon, Charlie Kirk, Jack Posobiec.
And so many more.
And the best part?
You can watch Real America's Voice right there on Getter.
Live.
So join the conversation.
Hop on the Getter chat room.
Engage with patriots who are just like you.
Good morning, Getter friends. We're breaking news, we're delivering the truth,
And we're doing it on Getter
Every single day.
So don't wait. Download the Getter app now.
sign up for free, and be part of the movement.
It isn't just an app. It isn't just a social media platform. It's a community.